All right. Good evening, everyone. Wow, we got a lot of people in here. Well, howdy and happy Sunday. Let's see who we got. Star of Light, welcome. Lord Hades, Black Flame, welcome. Emery's welcome. Oni Chan, Teradar, Eliz, Born, Eduardo. Welcome, everyone. Oh, Sierra. Oh, sorry you're having a rough night. I do hope it gets better. Hope you feel better soon. Alexandria, welcome. Iris, welcome. Oh, sorry about that. Arasado, welcome. And Wizard Warrior, welcome. And Lalika. Wow. There's a full house in here tonight. Well, it looks like you've already smashed that like button because we got 14 in here and 13 likes, which is awesome. Appreciate it. For those watching after the live stream and the replay, make sure you're doing the same. It lets YouTube algorithm know you like what we're doing. I always pronounce it wrong. I'm sorry. No, I got it right once. I did get it right once. I remember that. I apologize. I shall try to do better. So I can get a slightly better angle on this. Feels like I'm like way down here. Which actually, that reminds me. I may actually have to find this clip from when I was editing because I was shooting a video, and for whatever reason, the chair I sit in just decided it would not stay up. So every time I lifted the chair up during the video, it just dropped back down, dropped back down. So there's like a good 2-3 minutes of me and my chair fighting. And you'll probably be able to notice the video because I didn't win the fight. I actually had to take the chair over here and get a stool and come back to the video, which is working now, so I don't even know what that's about. So I'm expecting it at some point to happen during a live stream where y'all just watch me go, oh, Lord. And there's Peachy. Yep, she made it. Peachy is always needed. That is correct. Wizard King, now spring, what stone? This one, it's actually just glass. See? The color's actually underneath. But I actually do enjoy glass for magic. Because if you think about it, you need all 4 elements in massive amounts to make glass. So that's nice. Yeah, man versus chair. And man did not win, at least at the moment. I had to go back for round 2 to win. But as you can see, currently, knock on wood, I'm winning. But that said, I have had a pretty good weekend. I hope you guys have had a great weekend as well. Got some reading done, got a little bit of relaxation done, started my work with Tabal Cain, a little, I won't say necessarily work, it's just more I started working with evoking him and getting some notes to get ready for the actual work. Come tomorrow, actually. That should be getting started tomorrow. And I got the correct hat on today. Let's see what we got here. Wanted to evoke Dantalon. How would I do it? I tried meditating upon his sigil. Evocation takes more than meditation, Tyler. You're going to need to have your arcane senses trained up and ready to go. You will need the sigil. You're also going to need to know how to activate a sigil reliably. And then you're going to need a system of evocation which works. Below here, you will see a book called Demons of Magic by, I want to say it's Damon Brand. There's a link to it. Use that link. It actually teaches simple evocation to beginners. And it uses the Goetia, and Dantalon is listed in there with the sigil and everything. Presido Drake, it was thanks to your videos I was able to meet my guardian dragon. Thank you. Hey, absolutely welcome. Absolutely. I'm so glad the videos are helping. I'm just going to slide in. Wee! By all means, slide on in. All right. Everyone was asking the same question. I'm going to guess that was my ring. Jade, welcome. Glad you can make it. Wasabi, is insomnia a common thing when one grows in their practice? That's a tricky one. In some cases, some people say it is and some it isn't. But I've honestly looked at it. And insomnia does seem to plague a lot of practitioners, and it's usually during shifts and changes in their lives, especially when they're really going through a major change. And it's pretty common at the very beginning as well. Actually, in a recent video about that I shot for, what was that? Living a Balanced Life. I talk about how I battled insomnia for 10 years. And some of the ways I worked around it to keep my life balanced, why I did balance it. But more often than not, what a practitioner finds is insomnia usually largely ends up being tied into lifestyle habits and dietary habits more than anything else. And when you get into magic, those things really do ramp up and really do play a larger part than you think they do. That's why they say a practitioner should be healthy of body, mind, and spirit. Many practitioners just want to say their body's useless and forget about it. That's inaccurate. So more often than not, it's some imbalance is created there. It's not necessarily your practice, but it's an imbalance that can trigger it. For me, my insomnia seemed to be very much two things. It was lifestyle habits and diet for sure. The lifestyle habit I corrected pretty early on. And the dietary I actually just stumbled in by accident. Let's see. Wayne Pentance, any information on the Fliega as companions? Fliegas aren't really companions, Wayne. They're more of guides, messengers, and the like. They're far less of a companion entity in spirit. They're very much a part of you. That's the reason your Fliega can actually shift and change through your lifetime. So it's a part of you. It's not necessarily a companion. Eve Corner. I was actually hoping you'd be in here tonight. I did actually see your question at the end of the stream, and I actually saw it posted. So I was actually hoping you'd be in here tonight. Yeah, I actually do. I know that on his channel, he comes off very uber edgelordy. And I will admit, I'm not a big fan of that, but okay. That said, I have had the opportunity to read a few of his books and works. Here's the kicker. His works, his books, his writings function. At the end of the day, they function. So I got no issues there. He does definitely focus very heavily into the infernal magics, which nothing wrong with that. As I always say, if you're getting the results you want and you're progressing, you're manifesting the life you want, more power to you. But yeah, his works do actually work. Me and several other magicians have been able to get a hold of a few of his books, test out the rituals, and see if certain things would manifest. And they do seem to work. My one caveat, overpriced hugely, in my opinion. Now, I know a lot of people love his works and definitely think they're every bit worth the price tag on it, and that's perfectly fine. The value of something is what you're willing to pay for it. But no, as a magician to magician standpoint, I think he's an all right guy. And he does know his stuff. He is making a business of it, and I don't begrudge him that one bit. I know a lot of people out there begrudge him for making a business out of magic. I don't one bit. But his stuff it seems pretty solid, and most of the magicians he surrounds himself with, I'm really impressed with them as well. Um, and I would actually love the chance to get to sit down and talk with a lot of them. I did speak with EA, was it 8 or 9 years ago, once over a video chat. I doubt he even remembers me, but he's a lot smarter than people think he is. The one thing that I don't like about his books, he can ramble on about the most random thing while you're trying to get to the meat of the work. And that's not bad writing. It's just a matter of preference. I prefer more I like the meat, not all the extras on there. But the stories and the analogies and the parables he tells in his books and the way he presents it, though, is actually very helpful to many people. Hope that answers your question a little bit there, FA Corner. Looked up occult stores near, and there's one 10 miles away. I need to go and get some dragon's blood incense for the psychic oil for the arcane psych course. Yeah, definitely support your local metaphysical store if you can. Let's see. Whoa, okay, we jumped. Okay. I'm a wildfire. What can I do to bond with my guardian dragon if not able to see her yet? Talk to her. Include her in your or him or her in your meditation. Well, you said her. That's why I was calling her her. Include them in your meditation work. Even if you can't see them, you can hear, or they can hear you talk to them, and they will be there. They will help you in the meditations. They will help you in your spell workings. Do the dragon's flame ritual. Include them in that. And if you can hear them, definitely listen for answers, but include them in your everyday life. Taylor, oh, no problem, man. That's one reason I have that book down there, because so many people do want to know about evocation and especially the Goetian entities. And that is one of the better written beginners books that I've come across. And until I have something of my own that's better or on par, that's the best place I can point you, man. Because evocation is not something you can sum up real quick, even in a live stream. Wizard Warrior. I always wake up multiple times during the night, but I've been taking a few herbs to help with that, and it's become better. Awesome to hear. I had people giving me, oh, shoot, they were giving me chamomile. They were giving me lavender, Bavarian root. Nothing would help. I mean, they were giving me massive doses. And if I took something more pharmaceutical style, doctor prescribed to knock me out, it would knock me out for 2-3 days at a time. So I had to pretty much deal with my insomnia with no aids. So if you got some herbs or something helping you, that's freaking awesome. Glad to hear that. Insomnia is no fun, people. It is not. But I also made use of it, because if I couldn't sleep and I found myself not able to go to sleep, I'd just get up and go do something. I'd go do work, dishes, something like that. If I ain't going to sleep, I'm going to be productive. Lalika, yes, Walmart does sell dragon's blood incense, and the cones are sticks. You can utilize that in a pinch. But if you want actual resin, I've not seen the resin actually at Walmart just yet. Or at least my Walmarts haven't sold it. But I buy most of my stuff off Amazon, I'm not going to lie. Let's see. Alejandra, I read something about the tools that are used in dragon magic, like a sword, headband, jewelry. Can you please? Most of these tools are actually driven from Conway's Works, Alexandria, and they're or Alejandra. Yeah, Alejandra. Sorry about that. And there's stuff that's pulled from other systems of magic. They actually have next to nothing to do with dragons. In fact, if you look at Conway's work, after the first book, she completely ditches the sword. And she actually ditches most of those things. Jewelry is not required. You can actually you only need one primary tool in dragon magic. In Dragon Magic 101, we talk about how that tool's crafted. The most common of those is a staff, a cane, or a wand. Those are the most common. And they do kind of basically, if you really think about it, they're just slightly different sizes of the same freaking thing. But that's not the only thing you can do. I do have students that have jewelry that are their primary tool in Dragon Magic, and they utilize it just fine and dandy. But tool-wise, for beginner Dragon Magic, you're not even required to have any tools. And then that one tool, once you get into the higher levels of Dragon Magic, that is the only tool you're ever required to have. Anything else is add-on, decoration, and knickknacks. If I understood the question right, because it says, "Can you something yours, please?" So I'm hoping I answered that correctly, Alejandra. Let's see here. Wasabi, tomorrow you're going to try and find your guardian dragon. All right. Yeah. Good luck to you. Let us know how that goes in the Discord server, man. Mr. Richie Rich, welcome. Also, if you have a really important question, and I don't, because it's jumping around, I'll go ahead and say it before Peachy reminds me to say it. We do have the super chats. You can make a small donation. It flashes it up really big on the screen. I can't miss it. Or if you just want to donate to what we're doing, you can also do that. By all means, you can do that. We do also have a Patreon, which we do have the Patreon spell working getting ready to be done for February for tier 1 and 2. Thank you to all my patrons. And do make sure you get the family members or friends in need of aid for the spell working in before the end of the month. I need them by the 30th, just so y'all know. Okay, that's over. Let's see. Good luck, good luck, good luck. I thought I might have found my guardian, but I have no idea. When in doubt, Teradar, just do the ritual again and see if the same dragon shows up. Or go to your astral sanctum and ask if they're there and see if they walk up. Those are your two better ways. But the best way is to repeat the ritual and see if the same one shows up. Halloween, welcome, girl. Good to see you. I'm a Reiki healer. Do you know of any dragon that would be good to work with in healing? And how do you start working with that dragon? And can you explain how that dragon would help? Well, actually, I'm a Reiki master. So, yeah, a lot of the dragons can help. All 4 of the first lower rulers are really great for healing, depending on what you're healing. So emotions, mind, energy, passion, physical body. Just look at the elements and look at where they specialize, and you can actually really pull heavily from those healings in those areas. The 2 main ones that really are big on just all-round healing, though, are the ruler of earth and water, which is Terra Fauna and Cora Allegra. Both of them are absolutely wonderful to work with for healing. And Reiki healers and Reiki masters I know who also study Dragon Magic adore working with them. Those are the first ones you're going to want to contact. There are a few specialty dragons. I don't know if I'm allowed to share exactly what those dragons are, who they are just yet. And of course, the rulers, the higher rulers, once you get to that level of Dragon Magic, which at this time, I'm not allowed to post anything too direct on them, but most of your higher rulers will also help very much with healing, just in a more explosive and direct method. I know a lot of Reiki workers that are actually terrified of the higher rulers because of how direct, quick, and almost aggressive they seem to be in the workings. And that's a little sad. It's a little sad to see a lot of Reiki workers feel that way. But yeah, the first ones would probably be Terra Fauna and Cora Allegra. And in order to contact them, you will need your guardian dragon, and you will need a co-magician dragon. And you'll need to have a good relationship built up with both of those dragons. And once you have that, you could reach out to one of those two rulers. And we do have videos on all those right here on the channel. And they're also included in the Pathworking for the Dragon Magic 101. So that'd be a great way to get that, which goes in depth, and you'll actually spend time pathworking with those rulers, actually. So as a Reiki healer, that would be a great investment to your craft. Let's see. Wasabi, that differs from mage to mage, and if there's one thing I've learned, you get a bunch of mages in one place, the only thing you're guaranteed to have is an argument. Ask 10 mages the same question, you'll get 10 different, you'll get about 13 different answers. Life straight up so hard. It's meant to be hard. That's how we grow. That's how we progress. That is literally what the multiverse is meant to do to you. It's not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, we wouldn't grow, we wouldn't learn, and then there'd be no point. In fact, the life of the practitioner actually tends to ramp it up because a practitioner is capable of handling more. So the multiverse will actually throw more at you so you can grow quicker because you're able to handle it. Yep, see, Halloween's right there. Terrafauna could help. Yep, definitely. Let's see. The Astral Sanctum's largely just practice, but if you follow the Astral Sanctum video right here on this channel, you should get there within 2-3 meditations. Honestly, once you're into that trance state, you can shift right over. The hardest part is, can you actually handle active meditation and active trance work? That's the big question. I know a lot of people try to jump into this other stuff without doing meditation, without working on it, and you just can't do it. Meditation is a requirement of all magic. Oh, yeah, let's get those likes up, guys. We got 31 people in here and 27 likes. So somebody hasn't smashed that like button yet. Great to see so many people joining us for coffee this Sunday night. Mugs up, everyone. That's awesome. Yes, it is actually quite normal to not get results the first time accessing the Akashic records. One of the big things is you got to make sure you know what you're doing to actually access it correctly. I know a lot of people who try to access it but don't have the skill set to know to be certain they're getting there. The Akashic records is not necessarily something you can just do a meditation and access. Let's see. Oh, God, we got a lot of things popping through here. Do I have any tips for people with ADHD? Yeah. Work on, what is it? Some people want to call it thought bubble meditation. The biggest problem most people with ADHD have when it comes to trance work and meditation is this weird concept modern people have of you must absolutely drop mind. You have to have this blank mind. Horse shit. No. things are going to pop in your mind. It's natural. It happens. Address it, look at it, ask yourself, does this have anything to do with what I'm currently doing? Yes or no? No, push it away. But by actually taking the time to address it, instead of trying to run away from the fact that your brain's going to pop these things up, you're actually training yourself to stay on focus. And that is actually what you need to do, because that stuff's going to pop up. You're going to be sitting there, you're going to be trudging along, something random is going to pop up, and you just need to push it to the side. Push it to the side. But in order to push it to the side, you actually kind of got to look at it. Like the big one for me, and y'all's going to laugh at this, but the big one for me, honestly, is like dinner or stuff I have to do. I will be working in the middle of trance or something and doing journey work, and literally the recipe, the food, everything I'm planning on doing for dinner is going to pop up in my head. And I'm literally going to be able to see the recipe in like the little recipe card. I have to push that out of the way. But yeah, that's the best way you can do it, is learn to address it and just push it to the side and bring your focus back to where you was. Let's see. Oh, wow. Alejandra. Thank you. $50. Oh my, thank you very much. I want a book wrote by you, and I'd love if you could make rituals for healing, please. I love the lives because you answer our questions. Oh, that is so sweet, Alejandra. You know what? I don't think you have been around since I mentioned this, but we are actually looking. I'm not the best writer. Anybody who's seen me typing in Discord knows how bad that is. But I am in the works talking with a few people about dictating a book and being able to get a book published in some form. And yes, there is a serious lack of healing rituals on this channel that has been brought to my attention, and that is something I am wanting to work on more. So yes, you can look forward to those. But we are in the works of attempting to get a book or two done. One that's a personal thing for me is a grimoire of dragons that talks about the different dragons, gives the sigils, their uses, and stuff like that. But how to manage that book, how to get it published and make the dragons happy at the same time, that's the tricky part. But that is one I would love to get done. But we do have a few book ideas on the way. So it is good to know y'all are looking forward to it, because, well, y'all know how goofy I am. So at least I know there's an audience out there looking forward to it. So yeah, I will definitely try to make that happen on 100. And I'll try to get it out soon. We have a few projects we have to tie up this year, so I can't promise it'll be this year. But I would really like to see potentially something published early next year if I can. That's not a promise, but that's a personal goal. Let's see. You can do healing with dragonfire. Actually, that'd be a great one to do. Do a healing ritual with some dragonfire. So yeah, that would not be a bad way to take the first video. Let's see. And again, Alejandro, mugs up for that donation. Thank you very much. Ooh. Let's see. The Dragon Grimoire sounds awesome. I am glad. That's a personal one for me. We're also looking at attempting to get the Dragon Magic 101, 102, and 103 in book format. Possibly. Though there's been some arguments back and forth, because right now the classes already cost almost as much as a book. Actually, pretty much right on par with a book, which was the point in the pricing. But at the same time, some people just do better in a book, and I understand that. And I would like to have both available. And some people want both. I actually have had several students want a book to follow along with. So Yeah, we got a few books in the works. Born, what you excited about? Let's see. Where was it? Okay. Oh, the grimoire. Okay. Yeah. You know, I got a lot of people really excited about that. And that's something me and the rulers are talking about and how to work it. Because my initial ideal, I don't know if it'll work because there's so many things that would be needed. Because my first thought was to actually publish my private grimoire where I have all the different specialty dragons I work with and all that. But just to publish that would be useless because if you don't have a guardian, if you don't have a co-magician, and you haven't worked with the rulers, that book wouldn't do you much good. So um, I'm thinking about taking the grimoire and breaking it apart and putting it with the classes a bit more, or even potentially publishing one master work. I don't know. Is that even a thing? I don't know. But yeah, we're looking at a lot of possibilities right now. Let's see. But yeah, the Dragon Grimoire is one I'm wanting to do. My current thought process is to actually include in it more minimalistically what is required. So it would have a intro to Dragon Magic, a basic discussion. Um, it would have a chapter on your guardian dragon, locating your dragon, finding it, the ritual to do so. It would have a chapter on your co-magician. Maybe a chapter on actually bonding with them and things you can do, those kinds of things. And then an introduction to the rulers and how to contact them. And then go into the individual specialty dragons under each of the elemental rulers, for example. Just a quick example of what I might do with that particular grimoire. Of course, I'd also have to list for more in-depth study, go to the classes, but yeah. 12 lessons in modern dragon magic. I know, right? Eliz Dragon textbook sounds awesome. Yeah. Right now it's looking like the book format of the classes might be the ones first published. So we'll see. But they are coming. They are coming. And I've had a few people hit me up about publishing a book formatted Norse pathworking. That interests me. That does interest me, but we have to get these other ones done first. So, oh, which reminds me, I've gotten 13 emails now. People telling me they're enjoying the Rune Magic class, but they've listed out different things that they would prefer to see or expanded upon, which is literally things that YouTube will not allow me to do. Similar to how I have the detailed classes set up for the arcane sight class, the meditation class, and the likes. So what this tells me is the limitations that YouTube is placing on me for attempting to do the video list classes is a little tight, and it's not getting out as much as we'd want to do, which this was an experiment. Now, don't freak out. Don't freak out. First off, the playlist is not coming down. That ain't happening. That's staying up there. Secondly, we will be completing it. We're not just suddenly going to pull it. I think we got 2 or 3 videos left to complete the playlist. But to those of you who have requested it, We are potentially looking at taking it and expanding it into a full online class at some point to fill in those gaps and get those details that we could not do here on YouTube. When we can, we got to finish up some other things because right now we do have the playlist, but it is something I want to make sure I get to you all who's been asking for it. Just so y'all know where it's going, because y'all do know that was an experiment, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's helped a lot of people. Strange question. Can dragons reincarnate into human life? No, they cannot. If a dragon for any reason is placed into a human vessel, it ceases to be a dragon in all aspects, literally. That is a fate worse than death to a dragon. So, yeah, they actually cannot incarnate into a human body. That was something they had to clear up on me real bad because, yeah, I actually thought that was something they could do, and they actually went real deep on that. And it is a fate worse than death. Because if they do that, they cannot go back. They cannot go back. If a dragon dies, it can at least reincarnate as a dragon. Terradar, going to lurk the rest of the night. Okay, no problem, Terra. Have a good one. Hope you're all right. Moods crash. That happens. Let's see. Oh, wow. We are very, very busy here. I know I'm missing a bunch. Do dragons offer their help unconditionally, or do they require offerings and things like that where they ask for something in return? Unconditionally, no. Offerings, no. They actually expect you to do work. They will help you, but they expect you to do your work, and they expect you to actually treat them with respect, honor, and friendship. So if you're just calling up a dragon to help you with something and then you're not going to talk to that dragon again, they ain't going to help you. They won't. You have to actually build up those friendships, and no amount of bribery or offering will change that. But they're not going to ask you for something weird either. So you do have to build up those friendships. You do actually have to take your time out of the day to work with them and get to know them. And the stronger the friendship you have with them, the stronger the two of you work together, the better you know each other, the more inclined they will be to help you. I hope that answers your question, Chicken Noodle. But yeah, you can't bribe them. So let's see, Drake. I don't even know what a dragon mouth face is, Emery. I really don't. Can dragons mate with? No, they cannot. No, they cannot mate. Where are these questions coming from? Let's see. There you go, Halloween. Yeah, Halloween got it. Out of genuine curiosity. Well, that's fair. That's fair. You got to think of it to ask a question. So this is true. No judgment. No judgment at all. They will not give you a dragon egg. Okay, if anyone says they were given a dragon egg, they're Pinocchio and that crap. They're lying. Dragons will not part with dragon eggs. They will not, under any circumstances. They are uber protective of eggs and young. In fact, they have a complete plane that's on absolute lockdown. No entity but dragons can enter it. And that's the hatchery. So the hatchery is not even in the draconic plane because they're so uber protective of it. And they will, it's actually against the draconic law to allow any entity other than a dragon to have an egg. And it's even illegal by their laws to remove an egg from the hatchery. That said, there are a few people who has been lucky enough to visit the hatchery under massively extreme guard. They're basically putting like a protective hamster ball so they can't touch anything too. But so in that cases, they have seen one. I have seen one from afar, but not close up. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure I want to, because as protective as those eggs are, I'd be afraid I'd sneeze and they'd think I done went and tried to do something, and then they'd blast me out of existence. So that's not something I particularly want to actually see. Just my luck, you know. Oh, you mean like okay, I see what you mean for merch. Okay, that we might be able to do that. We might be able to do that. Someone asked about a dragon's eye seal on a mask. So I actually need to look into that because I think that might be possible. So yeah, I'll look into that. Let's see. Olivia, you are pretty much correct on that. Let's see. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I'll be honest with you, Animal Man. By and large, I'm going to have to assume all of them. I can't think of a single entity on this earth that I've encountered that what we refer to as gods haven't in some way created it. So I'm going to have to say all of them to the best of my knowledge. But at the same time, I've not taken a complete count. Let's see. Yeah, I do know what reality shifting is. I just don't find it to actually have any actual applicable use other than escapism. And escapism is kind of the opposite of what a magician wants to do. A magician actually wants to take charge of their actual life, not escape into a reality that they've constructed to suit their fantasies. And this is something we've talked about a lot. This reality shifting thing is really catching on. Um, in order to shift entirely and permanently over to such a thing, you would have to be able to maintain perfect, absolute trance state for well over 48 days, which most people can't do. And that's without falling asleep, that's without distraction, that's no food, no water. Um, and I've never met a person who can do that, not one, especially in modern day. Alejandra, sorry, Drake, my coin isn't dollars. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. No, that's all good. Oh no, that honestly that makes me feel a little better. I was a little like, whoa, that makes me feel a little better there, Alejandra. So actually, that's not bad at all. That makes a lot of sense, though. That makes a lot of sense. Appreciate you letting me know that, though. Still highly appreciated. Seriously, straight up. After a person sins, can they create people or things? Yeah. If you gain a certain amount of knowledge, because you continue to grow after ascent. Ascent is not the end. In fact, it never ends. You continue to learn and grow. Responsibility, accountability, all those things, you never escape them. In fact, the higher up you go, the bigger they get on your list. But yes, that is an ability that is applicable and can be gathered. Is it immediate? Depends. There's different points of ascent. People ascend at different points with different knowledges. But yes, it is a possibility. Well, you don't need to use reality shifting to speak to gods and deities. You can do that with evocation. You can do that with standard journey work. So, I mean, you could do it, but I mean, again, it's no reason to create. I mean, if it's just journey work, no need to give it a new fancy word. Just call it what it is. Wizard Warrior, am I able to create a new creature in my astral sanctum? You can create a construct or a thought form. It doesn't necessarily have life of its own, but it would be a construct the same way that you would create any construct or servitor. But you can give it actually a more tangible physical form within your astral sanctum, surely. A lot of people create animals in their astral sanctum that they have running around. Star of Light, have I heard of celestial dragons? Yes, celestial dragons do fall under the 9 elements. Actually, most of your celestial dragons will fall under dragons of darkness, dragons of light, and dragons of spirit. Most of them will. They will fall. They're specialty dragons that fall under those 3 elements. So celestial dragons would be ruled primarily by those 3 rulers as well. Beatrix the Frosty. Honestly, head to workingdragonmystic.com, click video courses. Dragon Magic 101. It is a full, detailed video class courses with me demoing rituals, everything, start to finish, an entire path working with the first 4 rulers. Helps you get to your garden, helps you bond with your guardian, helps you meet your co, helps you bond with your co. There's ritual, spell work, meditation, the whole shebang in there. It is, to my knowledge, the most complete resource for starting dragon magic, hands down. Now, if you're not sure, and it's very affordable, it's only $30, which is the price of most books these days. So that's one option. We do have a dragon magic playlist here that has the Dragon's Flame ritual. There's some ritual or videos on guardian dragons. There's an intro to dragon magic as well. If you haven't watched those already, those would be a great thing to watch and resource to watch and get your feet wet before you make a monetary purchase if you wanted to. Anana, thank you. Yes, we actually right before I logged on, we were at like 661, so it was just a few subscribers from 5,666. Which, yeah, I'm gonna laugh at that. I know it don't mean nothing, but I'm still gonna laugh at that because I'm goofy like that. Oh, you got that one? Nice, Patricia. A friend got me those. Or wait, nope, hold on. I think I might have bought these myself. Yeah, because I was needing the colors for a particular working. Let's see what we got here. Get those likes up. Look at Halloween. Get those likes up. Yeah, Halloween, thank you. Yeah, MK, honestly, from everything I'm hearing about it, journey work and soul travel are pretty much the same thing as what a lot of people are terming this reality shifting. The only difference is instead of using it to grow and progress and learn, a lot of people are using it to jump over and escape. And as a magical metaphysical teacher, the concept of teaching escapism just that bothers me because that goes against everything magic stands for. So, I mean, if you're not using it for the escapism, then it just brings it right back to journey work. So, I don't know why this new term's come up and muddying the waters. I constantly keep my ear out and see if I find something new on it. But so far, no one's been able to produce anything particularly new. But I'm going to keep my ear down, MK, and if I see it, I'll let y'all know. Let's see. If I'm still having trouble seeing my guardian, but I can see flashes, is it okay to ask to meet my co-magician? All I've seen is brief flashes of my guardian. Wildfire, the big kicker isn't are you seeing it, it's how has your relationship. What have you done to work with them? You need to actually have a foundation of a relationship with them and have worked with them for a time. Can you communicate with them reliably? Those are the questions I'd be asking. The visual of the guardians, not nearly as important as those. So if you can reliably communicate, you've spent a good time building a friendship and a relationship, and you guys have that rock solid and going, or at least tangible enough, yeah, then you could move on. But that reliable communication so that you know that friendship and that relationship and that bond is there, that is the important one. Teleportation technology at this time, Wizard Warrior, both technology wise and through magic. Everyone I've heard talk about it, I've spent money on plane tickets and nobody's been able to prove it just yet. Which is sad because that would really come in freaking handy. You have no idea. Especially when my wife's deployed, she could come home on weekends, just teleport. That'd be great. But at this point in time, I am unaware of any way that that is actually tangibly possible to manifest. But much like the other things, if I find it, I'll let y'all know. Because if I figure it out, I'm retiring because I'll be rich. I'll be selling that. Let's see, Starfly, after I ascend this life, I'm returning back to my twin flame because I keep his promise. Oh, that's sweet. Ona-chan, goodbye. Take it easy. Yeah, actually, we're getting ready to wrap up here. Yeah, so many people get focused on that sight, and I understand sight can be important, but it is far more important, honestly and truly, to sit down and learn to listen and hear. You learn so much more from learning to listen than you ever will just by seeing these entities. So, and yeah, so to be able to have that active conversation with your guardian is far, far more important. Fliga communication is largely done through meditation and trance with the Fliga wing. I'm actually thinking about doing a video on that one because we are doing more Norse videos this year, and the Fliga is actually one of the ones that I am wanting to do very soon. Actually, oh, my phone's still on. I forgot to turn it off. One second, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's actually on the list to do. So I will try to detail the process in the video, but the simple answer to your question is through meditation, trance, and Golder is the main way that that would be done. Starlight, have a good evening. It looks like everyone's already getting ready to head off to bed. Wasabi, take it easy. Enjoy your soda. Okay, well, since everybody's heading off to bed, let's go ahead and get wrapped up here. We'll call it an early night. Well, at least early for the, well, okay, 5 minutes. That's not early. By the time I get done rambling, it'll be an hour. We all know that. So, do remember we have live streams every Friday and shush. Okay, every Friday and Sunday. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have a video coming out this Tuesday, and I believe it's on entities and the subconscious, which is a big question I get a lot of emails about, and that was a really fun video to do. So definitely check it out. I hope y'all enjoy that one a lot. Let's see. We do have a lot more Norse videos coming out. If you guys would, and I'd really appreciate this. Once this video processes and goes as soon as you can, I don't know how quickly YouTube allows it, but as soon as you can drop a comment down here, let me know what topics in Norse magic you're interested in and what you'd like me to talk about in Norse magic. That way I can actually prioritize those topics as much as possible during the year so we can get those topics going. Also, in the Dragon Magic area, if you have a topic in Dragon Magic you would like me to try and cover, drop that in the comments as well. I'd highly appreciate it. Just because we're focusing more on Norse videos this year does not mean I'm not doing Dragon Magic videos. I got plenty of Dragon Magic videos planned, but I would love to hear your all's opinions because I do try to prioritize the topics you guys ask about. Now, it's true, sometimes in order to talk about a topic, I have to cover a few topics in front of it so it makes sense. But I still do prioritize based around your all's suggestions. And you guys have some great suggestions. Much like Tara recommended the video on a balanced life, I did record that. We got that one coming out very shortly. So yes, I would highly appreciate it if you can drop those comments down there. And let me know what you would like to see in the Norse magic videos. And for those of you who may not have a particular Norse magic or Dragon Magic question, if there's a video on an entity or something that you would like me to try and do, drop it down there. I'll do my best. Some entities I don't work with, so it'll take me longer to get the video. Y'all know that. I'm not just going to throw it together just to throw up a video just to get the clicks. That's not my style. If I don't have something tangible and useful and practical to say, I'm not going to waste your time. So please do. I'd appreciate that. And with that, everyone, I think I am pretty much done rambling and yapping tonight, surprisingly. We have had a wonderful stream. I had a great weekend. I hope you all did too. Hope you guys have a great week. I know I got a lot planned. It's an exciting week for me, at least. So stay caffeinated, as Linda would say when she was here with us. Gosh, I missed the Linda. Yeah, and have a freaking fantastic week, everyone. And I will see you next Friday during Research and Ramblings. So, crap. Was there anything? Nope, that about covers it. So before I lose my mind again, we'll just go ahead and call it. Y'all have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.